right. Hey, everybody. I am so fired up for tonight to have one of my amazing friends, top income earner, just an inspirational woman altogether, Ronne Brown. What's up?
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Our team is so excited to hear from you. I know that you inspire so many of us and just how real you are, and there's no BS from you, and that's what we love. So I'm just going to have you jump right in, and I know a lot of people haven't heard your story, and I think it's just incredible. So if you want to just start with that, and then we'll go ahead with the Q&A right after that.
Sure. Well, welcome, everyone. My name is Ronne Brown. I'm ambassador. I'm with It Works Global. I have, the honor to be a very good friend of Alyssa. I want to start by saying that each and every one of you all have an amazing leader. And if you don't know that, I just want to, reaffirm that today, that you have an amazing leader and she knows what she's doing. And if you have not been taking her guidance, start today. Because she is on the ball. And I just want to just say thank you for being such a great friend to me, and just being real and someone that I can talk to, someone that I can trust. And I'm just super excited for all your success and everything that's happening in your business as well.
Thank you. You're the best.
But to tell you all a little bit about myself, I started this business 4 years ago. And when I started this business, I owned my own hair salon. And I also worked full-time for Federal Protective Services, okay? The great thing about where I was at that point in time in my life, I would really say that I didn't know anything about this industry. I didn't know what I was fully capable of until I got into this. And I didn't understand the power of passive and residual income. Prior to that, just to tell you all kind of like my backstory, I grew up in Washington, D.C. in the projects, and I grew up in a crack house. My dad left my mom when I was about 13 years old, and by the time I was 16, I ended up pregnant with my first son, who is now 16 years old. He'll be 17 this year, and his name is Damari. He is in 11th grade, and by the time I was 24 years old, I had 3 children, okay? I had to do what I had to do to make ends meet for my children. I went to school every day with my son. I was not able to finish college. I started, but I did not finish because I did not have a sitter, and my finances were not where they needed to be in order for me to provide for my son and pay for tuition. I then started, working as a janitor. I used to mop floors, clean toilets, make beds, dust, and all of the ridiculous things that I used to hate every single day. From there, I launched my own cosmetic line and body candles and all this stuff. And I started doing vending events. I started, going out and setting up tables, pretty much what we are doing here in It Works, but I did it on a different scale. It was my own product line. It was my own brand. I built my own website because at that point in time in my life, I was seriously struggling. And if I did not sell a candle, if I did not sell a lip gloss, I was not going to be able to pay my bills. So I went out every single day, and I had to literally find customers to purchase my product line to make ends meet for my children. I did that full time for about 6 months to a year. No one would hire me. I was at probably one of the lowest points in my life. I was behind on my rent, and I was waiting for my taxes to come back around. How many of you all know that feeling?
Oh, yeah.
To be able to get back on my feet. Things started to really take a turn. I found a job, which was, the Federal Protective Services, but I still had my cosmetic line. I still went out every single weekend. I did vending events, and it's so crazy because I've never done network marketing before, and I was doing living room events and all that stuff, not even realizing that I was already doing what I will be doing in this company. So I started working at Federal Protective Services. I used the money from my job to open a salon. And one day, a young lady walked into my salon and she started to share this product with me. I had just had my fourth kid and things did not snatch back as, fast as they did with my other three. And I needed something to help me tighten and tone that area. I tried the product. I saw results. I was blown away. I went back and told my friends. They wanted to know where I got that product from. They wanted to know her information. They wanted to know her phone number. Then the crazy thing is I love social media. So I went and I posted those results on Instagram, and I had about 20-something people contact me. All right, within 48 hours, it was about 60-something comments on that post asking for the information. And that is when the light bulb went off for me. I said, I'm not giving this lady's information to anybody else. I said, let me find out, what it will take for me to join this company and be able to create some income. And that is exactly what I did. I called her up. I said, hey, I know I said I wasn't initially interested, but I'm interested now. What does it cost for me to do whatever it is that you're doing? And she's like, well, it's an investment of $99. And I'm like, oh, $99. I spend that on a Friday at Fridays with the girls, sign me up. I got signed up and I sold so many wraps. It was ridiculous. I made about $600 within my first week. And to be honest, I had never made money that fast before. When I saw the demand, I was like, oh my gosh, people want this. I didn't even realize that there was an entire different side to it, meaning passive income, residual income, building a team. And then I had friends that were watching me, and my friends started saying, okay, girl, I want to do this. What are you doing? How are you making this money? I need to sign up. And my friends got involved, and we just went to work, and we just had fun. We started doing events. That was the biggest thing for us, getting in living rooms. And we just grew our business by putting it in front of everybody that we possibly could.
I love it. Amazing. So you build a lot on social media now, but you also do tons and tons of belly to belly. So when you're out doing, belly to belly, what does that look like for you?
So for me, I am the person that makes conversation with everybody. Mm-hmm. So like 95% of the people think I'm, funny and hilarious and nice to me. And then the rest of the people think I'm a complete weirdo, and they're probably like, why in the hell is she talking to me? But that's me. So I just make conversation with people, and that's how, I build belly to belly. Like, I'm just like, girl, what do you think about this? Or, this weather is terrible outside, or, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to go home and take a nap. I just start conversations with people. Mm-hmm. And they're not even conversations pertaining to my business. Like, I'm not walking up to people like, have you tried that crazy rock thing? Like, no, I'm not doing that. I just start doing conversations with people, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, we'll probably let me give you my card. This is what I do, and if you see something you like or you're interested in make some additional income, give me a call.
Mm-hmm. So I know that you do train social media, blitzing, wrapping people. How do you, how do you like coach your distributors to kind of have that confidence to go into doing belly to belly? Because I know for a lot of people, that's what they're lacking, is that confidence.
Well, I think the biggest part of this is definitely being a product of the product. And a lot of people forget that, it's so fast. Like, it's so fast nowadays that people just want to kind of jump online and run to Instagram. And for me personally, I feel like that's the lazy way. That's not the real entrepreneur way. Like, it's okay, but everyone is running to that easy way out right now. Mm-hmm. And the real prospects are not online right now. They're outside of their homes. They're in the grocery stores. They're out and about. They're at your Whole Foods. They're at your Safeway. They're at your mom's. They're at the spa. They're in the mall. Everyone isn't sitting on Instagram right now. And what I found personally is the women that are more financially able to invest in themselves are, like 30 to 35 plus. And when I say that, I mean like not concerned about an auto ship, not complaining about the product that's $30. They're more established. They're not sitting on Instagram all day. That's not their cup of tea. So I found a lot of quality customers off Instagram. I've met people and I've asked them would they like to host a party with their friends, would they like to do a girls' night in, things like that. And that is how I've gotten my business in front of people. And that's how I teach my team. So for me, teaching my team looks like step one is use the freaking product. Mm-hmm. If you can't set your auto ship up, you're a joke. Because let's be honest, who is going to take you seriously if you're not using something that you're selling? And I can almost always tell when people are not passionate about this. Like if this is just a get quick money thing for you and you think you're going to take some of Alyssa's pictures and you're just post them on your Instagram like you actually sat there and took those photos yourself, and you're just going to keep on doing that every single day. And by the time they go to 3 other accounts that have stolen all her photos as well, then they realize that these aren't even your photos and you're not even really using the stuff and you don't even have it in your possession and they don't take you seriously. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is build your customers' trust. And you do that by being a product of the product and using it and allowing them to see you using it. Is it in your possession? Are you holding it? Is it in your kitchen? Is it really a part of your lifestyle? And are you consistently using it? Okay, so the first thing I teach my team is to become a product of the product. All right. The second thing I teach my team is to allow people to see that you're using the product. Okay. The third thing I do is tell them to share the product. I don't say go sell the product. I say share the product. That means go live on Facebook, go live on Instagram, do a facial and just roll the freaking camera and don't overthink and put yourself out there and show people what you're doing, okay? The next thing I challenge them to do is get out there and we say, go for the no. That is my motto for my team. We go for the no. If you haven't gotten 25 no's this month or 50 no's in 1 month, you aren't going hard enough if you're on my team. Okay, so we set the bar to go for the no. And when people go for the no, the rejection just turns into a strengthening mechanism because rejection isn't going to kill you. What are they going to say? No. Okay, I'm not going to melt. I'm not going to just drop out. I'm just going to go to the next person. And what I've also started to do is when people tell me no, I've asked for referrals. So these are some of the tasks I'm having my team start with. Using the product, sharing the product offline, allowing people to see them using the product, but most importantly, going for the no's. Because guys, believe it or not, the no's are going to come. I get them too.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. Okay, so when you bring in a new distributor, what does that look like for you as far as training them? Has anything changed that you've done when you were first getting started to now?
I don't. You know why, guys? Because this business, and I know you guys get tired of hearing this because when I was like Ruby, I was like, shut the heck up with that steps to success crap. Like, I want to know your secret step, Yeah. Like, don't hide your secrets from me. You're not just doing steps to success, you're doing something else. To be honest with you, you really don't believe that is all people are doing. And the more difficult you make it, and the more extra stuff you add on it to try to make it like more fluffier and those extra tasks, like it just becomes more overwhelming for the person that signs up for you. I remember when I went ambassador, can I just tell you all, I had 2 It Works t-shirts. I didn't have my own personal website. I still just used the replicated website. I didn't have like $500 worth of products. It was just crazy because I just rocked it out the simple way, just doing rap parties, getting in living rooms, and that's it. And doing the steps to success and trying to do it more than once a month. So when people enroll with me, it's like launch event, get on a product of your choice, try to get 4 loyal customers, 3 people who want to make some extra cash, and let's get the party going. It's just that simple. I don't want to give you any extra steps.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so one question that we had is, what is one of the biggest lessons that you've learned since starting your It Works business?
Oh my gosh, I've learned so many. You want them all, or you want a few? Okay.
What's a few?
Okay. So let me give you a few. A few. The first one is you can't take everybody with you. You're going to have to leave some people behind. Straight up, people don't get it, and you waste so much of your time attempting to get them to get it, and you literally affect your business, wasting that time, begging them. Guys, can I just tell you, at one point in time, I have a few hundred personally enrolled distributors. People used to fall off, and I used to sit there like a freaking idiot, okay? And I would write all of their numbers down, and I would print them out, and me and my mom would sit there and try to call every single distributor that was on my team to get them reactivated. And it was the worst. This was my second year in the business. Your second to third year, you kind of start feeling like, oh my God, what is going on here? Because you kind of get burnt out because you start chasing people. And that is the worst thing you can do. So I'm calling on these people, come on, God, you guys know, you try to reach out to them.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get on your freaking trainings. They don't come to your freaking meetings. They don't respond in the group. And then you probably put a few people under them. They still turn their auto ship on so they can collect a check from people that they have absolutely nothing to do with, but they don't want to work. And the truth of the matter is, when you just chop them off and you just keep them moving, your business goes to the next level. Why? Because let's be honest, this is what I learned. I learned that the people that want to freaking work with you, they're going to reach out to you. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have to beg them. You're not going to have to call them. You're not going to have to blow them up. You're not going to have to text them, email them, call them from your boyfriend's phone, call them from your husband's phone, call them from your other business partner's phone to see if they're avoiding you, because they will be in contact with you. Mm-hmm. But when they don't want to work, they won't. And the best thing you can do if you want to be successful in this business, guys, one of the biggest things I have to tell you all is this. The faster you move on from those people, the more successful you'll be. When people start saying, oh, Ronnie, I just don't think this is for me. I used to. My first year, I used to be are you sure? You can do this. Oh my gosh, you're overthinking it. Let's just give it a try. Honey, now, when they say that, I'm bye, Felicia. Bye. See you later. Because the less time I waste on you, the more time I have to pour into somebody who really wants it. So the first thing is leave them. Leave them. Leave them. Second thing I wish I would have known is to not throw fish in other people's basket. What does that mean? That means you are not obligated to give anybody your distributors or your loyal customers. Now, if they're working and you're trying to promote, yes. But I'm talking about building dead legs just to promote. Guess what? I watched it fall down the drain like a freaking hay house. It's gone. Why? Because it was never solid. All right. And if they're already not responding to your calls or your texts, why would you sit there and put customers underneath of them? Yeah. The biggest thing that I've learned is giving them customers and helping them create a check while they're putting in zero work. It isn't going to motivate them to come back. You're just going to keep building them, and they're not going to do anything. Okay. So learning that this is a business where you build your own business, BYOB, and holding everybody to that standard has freaking changed my business. And here's the third thing. I would rather have 3 rock stars that I work with before I settle for 15 people who are completely bull crapping.
Mm-hmm.
Completely bullcrap. I would rather work with 3 solid people. I want quality over quantity now, because you don't need 50 people to be ambassador in this business. You only need 5 guys. 5. So find the 5 that are willing to match your efforts and work with them. Mm-hmm. All right. Last but not least, stay the hell away from negative people. They will ruin your entire business, okay? If you have people that are coming to you and they're gossiping, you know, they want to talk about Alyssa, her life, Ronnie's life, you know, Stephanie's life, everybody's life, other than their own freaking business, run for the hills, okay? Why? Because I have not only realized the damage that lending your ear does to your life, but I've learned what it does to your business. Mm-hmm. In my 2nd year in this business, like it was going into my 3rd, I became a freaking socket. Like the one in your wall in your house, like that everyone's just plugging crap into. I became that person. And I was listening to everyone's issues, everyone's problems, you know, and it started to really wear me down. Mm-hmm. The things that they were complaining about, I began to adopt their issues to the point that I started to look at the business in a negative way. And can I just be transparent? I hope that this transparency is not too much for you guys, but I'm always like telling you exactly the way it is. Like, I was listening to someone who had lost their rank, that was down and out, you know, and it was affecting me. It was affecting me, and it was affecting my business, and I had to snap out of it, because what people don't realize is this business is like 90% mental and like 10% work. I'm telling you. If you feel like you're a beast, you'll be a beast. If you feel like you're going to kick ass, you're going to kick ass. If you feel like you're a rock star, you're going to be a rock star. But if you feel like the company is falling apart, then it's falling apart. If you feel like your check is going down the drain, it's going, baby. If you feel like you're down right now, but you're going to be ruby next month, you are. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's mental stability. And when you listen to those people, they suck the life out of you. So I got around, you know, a different environment. I started to chew on positive reinforcement. That's a solution to some of the things that I'm giving you all. Okay, so I started to listen to a lot of podcasts. When I was driving, I had to make sure that I was feeding myself positive affirmations every day. Okay, I started to listen to the free podcasts that were just on your iPhone. It's so many of them on your iPhone about business, you know, energy, encouragement. Girl, just listening to that stuff driving my car. And I started to get motivated. And that's truly one of the biggest things that I wish I would have known. You have to have boundaries. And I'm not just saying you have to be an ambassador to have boundaries. Like right now, I don't care if you're a freaking distributor. I believe everybody is a leader, by the way. So on my team, you can be an executive, and I'm going to address you as a leader because I address my team according to where I see them, the potential that I see that is for them. So you have to create boundaries now. A lot of you guys get way too comfortable with the people on your team. And that's why they stop, you know, taking you seriously. The respect for you is lost. They don't do the things that they're supposed to do because they've already transitioned into friend mode with you versus accountability partner. You should be an accountability partner. You shouldn't be, you know, a garbage can for everyone to dump their trash in every single day.
Yep. I love it. Thank you so much. What are 3 non-negotiables you do for your business every single day, no matter what?
I post on social media every single day. Mm-hmm. Every day. I have to. Why? Because I have people that are looking forward to my post. And regardless of how true or untrue that is, I tell myself that that's true. And you need to tell yourself that that's true too. They're waiting for you. In the name of Jesus, you're going to post something every day, okay? I post on Instagram every day because there are people out there waiting for me to post. If I walk out my door, I'm going to talk to as many people. If you come within 5 feet of me, you're going to meet me. It's just that simple. I also make sure that I engage with the people that comment on my posts, that follow my page, all that great stuff. And I always try to pop in and do like an Insta story, something to, kind of engage with the people that are following me every single day. And I also pull out my steps to success sheet and make sure that I'm doing something to fill it in. I try to do a distributor a day, to be honest.
I love it. So when someone's like, when you approach someone or just over social media, when they ask what you do, how do you explain that in such a simple way?
Yeah, I'm with It Works. I show people how to market beauty products, wellness products from the comfort of their own home and make money. That's it.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Okay, so we have some more questions. How many hours a day do you work your business? Do you feel like that has changed since you first got started to now?
Yeah, it did. Because let me just be very transparent with you guys. It's nothing worse than a fool on fire. And when I first started, I was a fool on fire, okay? So let me just kind of explain what that looks like. Wealthy people don't work 50 hours a day, okay? Hustlers work 50 hours a day, okay? Wealthy people work maybe 4 hours a day, and they work their asses off for that 4 hours, and they're productive. Mm-hmm. So what happens is when you transition into the entrepreneurial world, you kind of come from corporate America, majority of the people. So let's be honest. We're used to kicking the bucket all day. So what does that mean? That means you have mastered procrastination. How many of you all know what I'm talking about? Give me a little love in the chat. Let me know that you're vibing with me when I'm talking about this. Like, you know how to pop that screen up when your supervisor comes around the corner. You know how to look busy because you hear the footsteps coming around your cube. You know how to go to the bathroom and waste, 15 minutes in there because you're cutting down the clock. You know how to sit in your car in the garage for extra 20 minutes because you really don't even want to go in there and deal with the bastards that are waiting for you on the other side of that freaking queue. Like, all of that stuff. So it's kind of like you want to do this business for yourself, but that first kind of like 2 years, you have that wake up call because you almost start to, excuse my language, but bullshit yourself. Mm-hmm. So you like taking pictures and like post them on Instagram, like sitting behind the computer, but you're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? You're just busy, and you're like holding up blitz cards. But you're not blitzing anybody. You're not rocking anybody. You know what I'm saying? You have on your shirt, but you have yet to talk to one person. You haven't asked anybody for their phone number, okay? You're sitting there and you're posting, oh my God, my team training is starting, and I just had 5 potential PTs. Okay, but nobody has signed up. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people have mastered looking busy, and that's why you're working 15 hours a day, because you're bullcrapping 12 of those 15. So my first 2 years, I had to kind of understand that I was wasting a lot of my time and I wasn't being productive. Now it's all about being intentional. My business is a results-driven business. When I talk to people, the first thing I ask them is, okay, so how soon are you looking to get started?
Yep.
2 weeks from now, call me then. Don't call me now. I don't want to talk about you starting 2 weeks from now. Mm-hmm. All right, get back with me when you're ready. Like, my time is everything. And I started that my first year. Like, after that first year went by, I started to realize that I was like bringing those corporate 9-to-5 characteristics over to my business. Mm-hmm. This year, last year, 2016, I gave myself a $200,000 raise. $200,000 plus. Mm-hmm. Okay? this may sound crazy, but I worked half of the amount of time that I worked in 2015. Mm-hmm. In 2015, I probably made about $250,000 less. Mm-hmm. How does that happen? It happens when you prioritize and you do the things that are income producing activities. I see people going to get coaching licenses. I see people going to be motivational speakers. I see people going to do all this bull crap that is not signing any distributors, signing any loyal customers. You're not doing income producing things. So when I went back to doing income producing activities, okay, my check started growing. That's all I'm doing is signing loyal customers and distributors, okay? We have 3 responsibilities in this company. Can the church just say amen real quick?
Amen.
3 responsibilities, y'all. Straight up. Come on, let's get this chat popping. Do you know me? We have 3 responsibilities in this business. It is for you to get loyal customers. That's the first. For you to get distributors, and for you to get distributors who can get loyal customers. Come on, somebody. Mm-hmm. Somebody preach that. Yeah. We get loyal customers, distributors, and distributors that can get loyal customers. We don't need to be a brand expert. We don't need to have a fancy, Instagram page. You don't need to be a business coach. You don't need to be a, motivational speaker. You don't need to be a fashion blogger. You just need to be you. Mm-hmm. You don't need to be Alyssa. You don't need to be Ronnie. You don't need to be Jay Hooper. You just need to be yourself. Mm-hmm. Because what happens is when you are true to who you are, it's going to be so much easier for you in your business. Why? Because you're going to attract like people. Mm-hmm. But let's be honest, when you go out there and you put all those clothes on, and you got to get dressed up, you got to do your hair, and I do your makeup. Ronnie, I like that type of stuff. Now, that's my type of day. That might be Alyssa's type of day. But some people, you're not for that. You're an introvert. You're sweatpants, tennis shoes, t-shirt type of girl. Like, post those pictures. Mm-hmm. Post those pictures. Why? Because you're going to attract people who love just a regular, regular, hey, I'm a t-shirt and jeans type of girl. But when you're forcing yourself to be someone that you're not, you're going to attract these annoying pretty bitties that want you to put on makeup and have your hair amazing and blah, 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 blah. And they're going to drive you crazy. And they're probably going to talk as much as I do. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be over them. So you want to just be yourself online. You want to be intentional. Mm-hmm. You want to complete the steps to success. And you want to just do what we need to do, and that is income producing activities.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so this is a question on like every single Zoom and things like that, but it's how do you motivate your team?
Leave them in the dust. Leave them. Let me just tell you something. You ever have a man that treats you bad, and then you go and you just upgrade your whole damn life? And I mean, you lose weight, your hair is looking amazing, your face is just glowing, you start making like good money, you get a raise, you might get a new car, you might upgrade your home, and you leave him, okay? And then when you leave him, he's motivated. Doesn't he come back telling you all the things that he should have told you before you left his tail? Okay? That is exactly what happens when you leave people in the dust and they see that you're going to win with or without them. It's that same effect. It's the I don't need you. I was just giving you the opportunity to get in the car with me as I take this ride. But I'm going to take the ride without you. So when you leave them behind and you show them, just in case you thought I needed you to go diamond, just in case you thought I needed you to go ambassador, I'm going to let you know, boo-boo, I just gave you the opportunity to go ambassador with me. I didn't need you. I was just extending the invitation to you to allow you to go on this journey with me. But you blew it. What does Beyonce say? Thank God you blew it.
Yep.
God, I dodged the bullet. Over you. So it's like once you roll out, you know, they come back. You ever have those people that quit your business and they quit and then you start posting like promotions on your team and they see they're like, oh my God, people are winning. Oh my gosh, she just bought a new car. Oh my gosh, I'm getting back in. And then they randomly message you and they're like, I'm signing back up. And you're like, what inspired that? Because they see that you have continued to move on and do your thing without them. So how do I motivate people? I work my tail off and I win. And when you do that, two things happen. You all are probably like, really, Ronnie? You don't give them a motivational speak? No, like go watch Joe Osteen. You want to hear somebody say, you can do it, get it going, God is with you. Go turn him on. I'm not going to be that person every day. I tell my team, I'm like, I'm not going to be your frappuccino in the morning every day and wake you up. Your bank account needs to wake you up. If it's in a negative, that's all the motivation you need. If you are still where you were 6 months ago, that's all the motivation you need. Who feels me on this? Come on, chat group. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying here. Like, I can't be that person for you. But when you level up, Alyssa, and you keep going and you keep pushing, people have two things that are going to happen for them. You know what's going to happen? You are going to be able to identify who your runners are. Why? Because the people who want it, they're going to level up. The people who are lazy and they're not even willing to put in the work that it's required to become successful, they're going to draw back. So thank God you bullet. Thank God I dodged the bullet, because I could have spent another year dragging you to Ruby, filling your boxes up, telling you to turn your auto ship on, placing value under you, or I could have moved on and you could have fell back and I could have kept the car going. Leave them. Replace them. Become a professional replacer.
Yep. That's perfect. Okay, so one of the questions we have is, you're so educated on network marketing and entrepreneurship in general, and you're so bright. What are the top 5 books plus influencers that have changed your life? Or podcasts, because I know you did mention that.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Or podcasts, because I know you have a few.
So I love Dave Ramsey's podcast. I listen to his podcast all the time on iTunes. If you're not listening to it, get his stuff. He's really good with like money management. As far as books go, right now, I'm reading this. Let's get these screenshots going, y'all. Screenshot. Get this book. Okay, you are already amazing. Alyssa, you need this book too.
Holly Girth.
Yeah, that's a horrible last name, but like Ethel.
Oh my God.
All right, so this is the book I'm reading right now. I also love devotionals. I'm like a devotional junkie. So
I know you got me hooked on so many devotionals.
Like, I am a devotional junkie. Okay, so this is another one. This is my Jesus calling. I start my day with this all the time. Okay. Now let's get into some real books. Boundaries for Leaders by Dr. Henry Cloud. That is a great one. Okay. Another thing you want to get is the 4-hour work week. That really woke me up, because I realized how much time I was wasting versus being productive, and how like smart people were working less hours than I was. Okay. Beach Money is another one.
I love Beach Money.
Okay. And if you want a kick in the tail, get the book You Are a Badass. Like, I love that. You are a badass. It's a really good book. check that out. Another one that I absolutely love is Think Like a Billionaire. Get that book. Really cool. I think that's 5. Is that 5?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, is there anyone, like, whenever you got started, like any other like entrepreneurs that you looked up to that inspired you?
I mean, Oprah Winfrey, I'm looking up to big rollers.
I love it. I love it.
I'm looking at, honestly, I look at people like Oprah Winfrey. I look at people that are just, I look at CEOs of Fortune 500 companies.
Mm-hmm.
That's really important for me. Hold on 1 second to listen.
Okay.
Sorry, can you all hear me?
No!
Okay, my son's like, Mom, the dog was outside. All of a sudden, we're like, get him before he's an ice.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody called dog protector.
I love it. Oh my god.
Oh, give him to me. I'm so sorry. Leave the door open. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, poor Pop.
You did it. Open the door. I'm running up.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Okay.
What does your average day look like? How would you say?
Girl.
Does it change? I mean, it changes like every day.
Changes every day, y'all, because I am a CEO mom. My daughter, let me just tell you, my kids are not even home yet. My oldest daughter and my youngest daughter, they're in competitive cheer, so I'm a cheer sport mom. So I'm traveling on the weekends to go to those cheer competitions, and I come home and I literally want to go because it's so overwhelming. Yep. But every night is different. So I'm doing homework with my son. I'm doing cheer competitions on the weekend. I'm doing photos for Instagram. I'm talking to people. Look, my son is helping me. I'm doing basketball for my older son, basketball for him. So it's like I'm literally like the little bunny that you see on the Duracell commercial. I'm just feeding my drums every day. So yep. It depends on which way the wind blows me.
The CEO mom, that is the best. Okay, so your team is just always, every month you're having just tons of promotions, and you've built incredible leadership throughout your entire organization. So how would you say, how do you develop those leaders?
Well, I think that many people get so caught up on themselves in the business that they tend to forget what this is about, and this is about your team. So that family that you see, that love and that value that you see there in my business, you see that because we love each other. Hold on 1 second. I'm about to put you in a WWF mood if you don't get out of my office right now. Bye. Okay, so you see that because we work together, we love each other, I highlight them, I celebrate them, and sometimes we get so caught up on our own achievements, our own accomplishments, that we forget to recognize people who are executive, who are Rudy. And I think on my team, I celebrate every small win. Yeah. You don't have to go diamond to get recognition from me. I'm going to celebrate you at distributor if you get 2 loyal customers. I'm going to celebrate you for completing the steps to success. So I recognize my team a lot. I really care about my team. So I'm accessible. And that's the biggest thing. I think that when they come into this company and they're working with me, they expect me to be, okay, she's the top 5 income earner in this company. Okay. I can't believe that I can get her on the phone. But they call me and I'm like, hey girl, what's up? So I'm there. They can reach out to me and I'm not too busy for them. And that's really important for me, just because I needed that. when I initially started. But I'm straight up with them, and I am like, this is what you need to be doing. But that love, that bond, that connection is because we do work together. I don't teach competitiveness within my organization. I don't teach comparison. I don't teach, outdo this person or show this person up. I feel like within my team, if one person is winning, we're all winning. If one person is making a promotion, then we are all promoting. And that's why you see my team at a place where they can celebrate one another, because we don't compete against each other. Mm-hmm. We eat with each other. We don't compete with each other.
Yeah, I love it.
That's our motto.
I love that. So someone is asking, what photo app do you use for your promotion pictures?
So I have a graphic designer. So now that I can afford a team, this is not something I did. I just literally started to do this within the last year. I do have a graphic designer who works for me that does all of my graphics.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Awesome. So, one of the things that I've learned.
Dream board.
Start the things that you don't feel like doing, pay people to do them. Like clean up, when you're able to do that, put that on your dream board. Or something that was on my dream board was a housekeeper, and now I have a housekeeper. But the things that, I want someone else to do and I'm not good at, I kind of, how can I say, I kind of put those things over to somebody else that
mm-hmm.
good at them because I suck at them. So what I will say, this is a really good point, like stick to doing what you're good at.
Yeah.
Because what I will say is I tried to become like a graphic designer and do all that crap, and it sucked, and I sucked at it, and it wasn't my cup of tea. I wasted hours away, trying to be a freaking Photoshop person, and it wasn't for me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Outsource. That's the word.
Okay, so I only have a few more questions left, but one of them is, what is like the outline and kind of how do you do a wrap party? And I know that you did just do one online, so they can go to your page and see that.
I want y'all to kill me, but I don't do it.
Uh-huh.
So this is like, when you come to my party, I'm like, hey girls, so many of you are here because you want to like tie your tone firm, we're going to have some fun. Like, I need personality. Yeah. I feel like I have like ADHD a little bit, so I'm like, I get bored quick. I need action. Yeah. So it needs to be fun. I don't want to read from the book. I just want to talk, and I just want to be myself.
Yeah.
So on this page right here, this is the wrap, and it's don't. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a robot. So when I go to parties, like I just
make it your own.
Girl, like let's have some fun. What do you want to do? You want skincare? You want your hair to grow? You want to tie this on the firm? Like I just want to be your girlfriend that you've known for 30 years, and like let's talk and laugh.
Awesome, thanks. Okay, so one of the last questions is, your business completely grew incredible over the last year with your, $200,000 raise, top 5 income earner. What would you say that the top 5 things are that you did to become a top 5 income earner with It Works?
I worked smarter, not harder, first thing.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped hanging with people who were, this is so mean, but I gotta just say it. I stopped hanging with people who weren't doing shit in their business. Mm-hmm. Like, I felt like if you weren't doing anything, you're a cancer. And not like the sign of cancer, but like the sickness of cancer. And when I stopped hanging around them, like I started to get around people who were like on fire, who were doing stuff every day, who were going out, doing tables, blitzing. Like if your business was like down and you're negative, like, boop, sorry, love you to death. Call me later, girl. I'm over here with the motivated people, and that rubbed off on me. Energy rubs off. So that's the second thing. The third thing is I started to prioritize my day. Like this little book is like my thing. To do. All the income producing stuff comes first. Scrolling, the shade room, like all that, that's like a little later, in the day. But it's like emails, post on social media, follow up with leads, talk to 5 people outside of your house about your business, give out 10 flyers. Like, it's that type of day.
Mm-hmm.
When I started to do that, boom. And the biggest thing that I left out. Ooh, this is so important. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's get the chat going. Are y'all ready for this last one? This changed my business big time. Y'all ready? Ashley's like, I can't even type. Lakeisha's like, ready? All right, so I started putting people on the spot. And it was ugly at first, but baby, did my volume change. What am I talking about? We would do our team meetings, like our webinars like this. And I'm like, okay, what is your goal for the week? When people put something out there and they put it out there in front of a group of people, they're more likely to do it because they don't want to get back on the webinar next week and be like, oh, so I didn't even do it. Mm-hmm. But when they know that webinar or that accountability check-in is like the following week, they're like, oh my God, I got to get my 3 check on loyal customers because she won't put me on the spot. And if I don't loyal customers or everybody else got this, I'm going to be looking stupid. And they get to work. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like when you cast a vision or you cast a dream and you cast it to yourself, you can bull crap around because nobody heard you. But if I go up on the stage and I'm like, next year, everybody in this arena needs to know that I'm going to be Ambassador Diamond. When I go home, baby, I'm going to get to work because I'm not going anywhere else other than on that day on stage as an Ambassador Diamond the next year, because it's like not the peer pressure of what people think, but something happens when you put things out in the universe publicly. You tend to work a little harder, don't you, Alyssa?
Yes. Yes. So good.
Set the goals with your team.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Thank you. Okay, one last question before. All right, wait, I have 2 more. Okay, so what is your biggest tips with sealing the deal with distributors? Do you have like a certain conversation you have, or?
I think for me, I find out how I feel. That's the most important thing. How can I help you? Mm-hmm. Why do you want to do this? I ask them, what interests them? What makes them want to do this? Are they looking to make some extra money? I ask them and I let them talk. I feel like if I'm doing all the talking, I'm losing the conversation. Mm-hmm. If they're doing all the talking, then I'm winning. Mm-hmm. But if I'm running my mouth and I'm like, you go from conversating to convincing. Mm-hmm. And I'm not in the business of convincing. I'm in the business of Ronne. This is what I tell myself. And you all have to do this. I put on my big girl panties. I know y'all got some big girl panties in your house. Like, they're imaginary panties that when you put them on, you feel like you're all that, a bag of chips, some Snickers, some Doritos, and a Coke. Okay? Mm-hmm. So you put your big girl panties on. That's the first thing. How many of y'all got big girl panties? Come on in the chat. Let me see.
Yeah.
Big girl panties, all right? You know the panties you put on when old boy plays with you and you have to let him know that you're good without him? Those are the big girl panties. But before I talk to people, Amanda just put a bikini in the chat. Amanda, I love you, girl. You know what I'm talking about. But before I get on the phone with somebody, I put my big girl panties on. And what does that look like? That looks like me telling myself, I have what they want. I have what they need. Mm-hmm. I have the opportunity that can change their life. They need this. Mm-hmm. They need this. This is the vehicle that can turn things around for them. Mm-hmm. You have to tell yourself that. But most importantly, guys, you have to believe that. Mm-hmm. And when you're talking to people, when you believe that, you know that them saying yes to you is their opportunity to change their life. Mm-hmm. And when you start talking from that perspective, you illuminate, and people are attracted to you because they can feel the confidence. They can feel that energy. They can hear it in your voice that you believe that this can happen for them.
Yeah.
And so many of you, honestly, you're not where you can be and you're gonna be in your business because you don't truly believe yet. You don't believe that you can take somebody to the next level. You don't believe that you can create a 7-figure income in this business. You don't believe that you can buy that dream house. You know, you're just putting pictures up on a freaking dream board, but you don't even believe them. You don't even believe that you have the power. You don't believe that you're capable. You know, you're looking at your kids. I hear some cute little baby in the background. But you know, you're looking at your kids and you're not even saying, I'm going to do this. And because of them, I can do anything. And that's what it starts with. That's how I'm closing people. When I get on the phone with people, I'm not like, so I'm looking for some people to join my team. When I get on the phone with people, I'm like, hey, right now I'm only looking to work with serious people who are ready to run, who know that they have influence and know that they can do this. Are you that person?
Yep.
I don't have time to waste. You have to be coachable. You have to be a team player. You have to be a go-getter. Does this sound like you? Mm-hmm. I need that. That's what I'm saying to people. And why can I say that and not, you know, be looked at like a complete asshole? It's because I really do believe in this business.
Yeah.
Really. Mm-hmm. And I believed in it when I made that first 50 or 60 bucks, you know? I didn't start believing when I made $30,000, you know? I believe when I made 300. I believe when I made 99 bucks. You all have to start believing again.
Mm-hmm. And that, you know, that leads up into the last question that we have is, how do you empower other people to create that belief in themselves and to really help them understand the opportunity that they have their hands on with this business?
You know, the biggest thing that I have been able to do in this business is show my team that it's possible. Mm-hmm. And that has changed the attitude of everyone in my downline. Because I have women who now look at me and say, because of her, I can. Mm-hmm. Right? And each and every one of you all have somebody tonight that is on this training with you, that's pouring into you. That's your leader. And that's Alyssa. She is proof that you can do it. She puts her panties on one leg at a time, just like each and every one of you, every single morning. She is the person that you have to look to and say, she doesn't do anything any different than me. She's no better than I am. If she can do it, I can do it, because that's what I teach my team. I'm like, don't look at me as this millionaire, this person that's better than you. Look at me as this little brown girl that started from the project, struggled, you know, couldn't pay her rent, almost got a car repossessed. They sent big disconnection notices to my home in every freaking different color. I mean, they were sending pink letters. They were sending yellow letters. And I was like, oh, okay, the papers are getting brighter, but I'm still not paying it because I'm broke. You know, that person that called Verizon that said, can I just pay $50 this month and $50 next month? You just keep my phone on. Like, I am no different. Mm-hmm. I've gone through the same struggles. Mm-hmm. And that's what you all have to remember. Look at Alyssa and remind yourself that she didn't start off as ambassador. She started off as what? What was your first rank in this business, Alyssa?
Distributor.
Like you. Just like you.
Yep.
Just like you. She wasn't, you know, fabulous and all this stuff. She had some debt. She had some things that she was struggling with. We all do. We all still do. Listen, everything doesn't go away with money. And I just want to make sure I say that on this Zoom. Like, you all have to, the first thing you have to do is appreciate what you have now. Because if God can't trust you with the things that he's already given you, like, he can't bless you with more because you're not even grateful now. Mm-hmm. Some of you have already started hating your jobs. You're ready to quit your jobs. You're ready to, I hate that job. But you prayed for that job at one time. So take the journey. Take the journey. You have to crawl before you walk. You have to serve before you lead. There's a process. So the biggest and most important thing that I want to let you all know that money isn't going to solve all your problems. You got to love yourself where you are. If you're not happy right now while you're broke, you're going to get the money and you're still going to be unhappy because the money isn't going to fix it. You're going to be lonely as hell with some zeros at the end of your chest.
Yes.
Just focus on helping people. If you really want to get to the top of this company, find 5 people, okay? And find out what they're doing this for. Their kids, are they in debt? And get 5 of those people to Diamond. Put them on your chart. Take everything that you put on your dream board, rip it off. Take that Bentley truck off of that dream board. Take that Range Rover off your dream board. Take that big house off your dream board. Take the Louis Vuitton off your dream board, okay? And put 5 people on your dream board and put Diamond above their name. And underneath of it, put why they're doing this. And then check them off to Diamond one by one. Mm-hmm. Your business will change.
I love that. Oh, that is so good. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Do you have any last minute things that you want to add before we end this?
Have some fun. Have some fun. That's all I'm going to say. People like, Ronne, how do you get so many people to join your team? Because I'm not boring. Laugh a little, guys. Don't be so serious. Like,
yes.
Like, loosen up.
Yes.
Having fun. Our shirts say party. Let's get back to having fun because that's what it's about.
Yes.
Fun stuff. That's it.
I love it. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm going to be posting the recording and I'll send it to you as well so that you have that link. We appreciate you so much.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. Turn out.
I love you. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.